Hello and welcome to Chad Magic. My name's Christian and today we've got rid of Wally and we've brought in Ollie.
Hello!
This is the first episode of our Pioneer mini-series where we're going to be taking some of the meta decks in the format and giving them a run for their money out on the battlefield. So Ollie, what have you brought for us today?
Today I am piloting Mono Green Devotion. So the aim of this is to generate lots of devotion pips and then use all the mana that you create through Nykthos to wish for artifacts from your sideboard via Karn.
Yeah, get whatever you want. It runs some big spells, Storm the Festival, there's loads of stuff going on. You generate quite a lot of mana, I think.
do.
I, of course, will be running my signature Mono White Humans deck. We're going to get into the gameplay in a moment, but first, please do consider liking and subscribing. We appreciate it. It means a lot to the channel. And yeah, stick around to the end and you can find out how you can win a mystery booster box. We'll catch you on the other side. See you soon. Hello, and here we are, ready to play. I'm joined by Ollie.
Hello.
And we're going to play some Pioneer. So first things first, Ollie, should we high roll?
High roll.
I've got a 7.
Average.
Pretty average.
I've got a 5, below
I
average.
think I will take the play. So yeah, it's not what you wanted to see, was it, Ollie?
And I think that's probably matched to Christian.
Okay, cool. So we're going to shuffle up and then we're going to resolve our mulligans and yeah, we'll see you soon.
Round 1, fight.
We ready?
Absolutely.
Let's go. Right, I will play a Plains and I'll tap for 1 for this lovely Recruitment Officer store promo.
It's beautiful.
And that's your go.
Untap, draw. I'm going to play a Forest and tap for Kel Surprise, a Lanor Elves.
Good stuff. Right, I'll untap and draw. I will play a Plains. I will swing for 2.
I will take the 2.
And then I'll tap 1, 2 for a Thalia Guardian of Thraben.
Yikes.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay, untap and draw. I will play a land for turn. So I think I just need to make sure that I've got things to do next turn. So we'll tap 2 green for 2 more elves.
All the elves.
All the elves. Pass turn.
Right, I'll untap and draw. That is some serious mana you have there. Right, I'll play a Castle Ardenvale. We'll go to combat and I'll swing with both creatures.
I'll take the 4.
And I guess here I will just pass.
Okay, I will untap and draw. So we'll tap for 5 mana.
Many manas.
Bring out a Cavalier of Thorns.
Nice.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to show everyone, not a lot of choice, sadly not a Nykthos, so we'll stick out a Forest and we'll put a Karn, Storm the Festival, Old Growth Troll and Kiora into the graveyard. That is all I can do this turn and I'm fully prepared to be Brutal Cathard.
Well, we'll see. Right, I'll untap and I'll draw. We'll go to combat.
Yep.
And I will swing for 4.
I suspect some sort of trick.
So, some sort of shenanigans, do you?
Some sort of shenanigans. Which makes me just want to take it, but at the same time, I don't think I can. I think I need to preserve life total. So let's put my Cavalier in front of the Thalia.
Okay, cool. So after first strike damage,
Yep.
I'm going to tap 3 and I'm going to Iganjo the Cavalier of Thorns.
Okie doke. Is that exile or?
No, it kills it, so you will be able to do your thing.
Marvellous. So
what is the death trigger, sorry, when it dies?
the death trigger is I can choose to exile it, and if I do, I can choose to put one of my graveyard cards on top of my library. Do I take a creature? Do I take a chance on an Old Growth Troll? Or do I take a chance on Karn? And I think it has to be, we'll put the Old Growth Troll on top.
Sure, okay.
So this
then,
dies, and this is exiled.
And then you'll take 2 damage.
2 damage taken.
And then that's your turn.
Okay, so we are going to untap. We'll draw the Old Growth Troll. Firstly, we're going to go 1, 2, and 3 to play a Wolf Willow Haven, paying the tax. And we're going to go 1, 2, and 3 for the Old Growth Troll.
Sure.
That's all I can do this turn. Pass the turn.
I'll untap and I'll draw. So we're going to swing for 4, but for 4 damage, I'm going to tap 2 for a Brave the Elements so that they get through protection from green.
Okay.
So you'll take 4 damage. and then I will pass the turn.
That suggests that you've got another Brave the Elements, which is a little bit worrying. I'll draw a card. I'm going to tap 7 mana for my Storm the Festival. So the top 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will absolutely put out a Cavalier of Thorns and a Khan the Great Creator. The rest go to the bottom of my library. So Khan comes in with 5 loyalty. I get a trigger from this.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we will absolutely take out the Nykthos, and to the graveyard will go a Lair of the Hydra, a Forest, a Khan, and an Elvish Mystic. I will down tick to 3 for a Cityscape Leveler.
Sure.
Which will come to hand. That is all I can do this turn. So I will pass the turn.
And tap and draw. Let's swing with just the Thalia.
I think I have to block, and I'm going to block with my Old Growth Troll.
Sure. My bluff did not work, so yeah, Thalia dies. I'll tap 3 for an Extraction Specialist and bring back the Thalia.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I'll pass the turn.
Untap and draw. Big turn. So first things first, we're going to tap 1 for Llanowar Elves. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. Plus 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have access to 16 mana this turn. I'm going to tap 2 to activate this for, what did I say, 11?
Yep.
Let me keep track on this dice. I'm going to use 8 of it, going down to 3, to play a Cityscape Leveler, destroying Thalia.
Sure, Thalia is gone.
And I will give you, very kind of me, a tapped Power Stone token.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to use 2 mana here. I'm going to put on a Wolf Willow Haven. Actually, just tap that, and that, and that, which takes me back up to 6 mana. While the mana is floating, I'm going to down tick Khan just in case I hit another one. And I think I'm going to go searching for a Sky Sovereign Consul flagship. Then I will Storm the Festival. So I will look at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will bring out a Kiora and another Old Growth Troll. The rest go on the bottom. I get a trigger from Old Growth Troll, from the Kiora. I will draw the card. That's nice. I'm actually going to down tick to untap. Tap for another 3 to put a Wolf Willow Haven just on there. I'm going to move to combat because I feel fairly secure that I've got enough stuff to hold the line, and then I'm going to attack with both of these. So a 4/4 with trample and a 5/6.
I'll go down to 11.
That is all I'm going to do this turn. I'll pass the turn.
I'll untap and draw, and I'll scoop up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to do our sideboarding, and we'll be right back for game 2. So after game 1, I'm going to get rid of 3 Luminarch Aspirants and 2 of the Extraction Specialists. Not great in this matchup, so I'm going to replace them with 3 Portable Holes so I can get rid of some of the dorks if Ollie plays like an Elvish Mystic or a Llanowar Elves, and then I'm going to run the 2 Thalia Heretic Cathars so that his lands and creatures come into play tapped, so I can be a bit more aggressive, but also it means that when Nykthos comes in, he can't use it that first turn, which may just get me that extra turn that I need.
So, mono white, always a challenge. I'm really pleased to have got through that first deck. My main worry whenever playing against mono white is the Brutal Cathars, because they can do a lot of damage against me. And if I'm putting in 5 or 6 mana into a spell and suddenly it ends up taken by something which will then take something else in another couple of turns, it's not worth it. So what I've done is I've taken out the Elder Gargaroth, which is mostly in there just as a big threat for some of the other aggressive matchups, but I don't really need to gain life, so that's been taken out, and I've also taken out the Might Stone and the Weak Stone. I think if I get to the point where it's going to be useful, I probably just can't wish for it. So instead of those 2 cards, I'm bringing in 2 extra Love-Struck Beasts. Firstly, Love-Struck Beasts are big bodies to stop their creatures from attacking. However, also I'm really worried about Brave the Elements, seeing as basically my entire deck is green. So the other side, the Heart's Desire, that makes 2 white human creature tokens, can sometimes save me in the match by allowing me to block a big final attack.
Round 2, fight.
Right, I will Plains into a very sad Dauntless Bodyguard because he's got nobody to protect, and then I'll pass the turn.
Great, I will draw. I'm going to Forest, tap to send the Love-Struck Beast on an adventure.
So I'm meant to be the humans deck here. What's going on?
And there's mine. I got left out in the cold. I got sacked. That's all I can do this turn. Pass.
Untap and draw. Right, I will play a Mutavault, and I will tap 1 for a recruitment officer, and then I'll pass the turn.
Okay, so I will untap and draw. I'm going to play another Forest. We'll tap 1 and 2 to Wolf Willow Haven. I'm not going to make any attacks this turn. Pass turn.
Right, untap and draw. I'll play another Mutavault. Yeah, I'm going to tap 3.
Yeah.
And a bit controversial, I'm going to Brutal Cathar the human.
Oofter.
Yeah.
So he'll disappear.
Yeah. And then I'll swing for 4.
I'll take the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And it will become day. I'll just get the token, but with that I will pass the turn.
Okie doke. Brutal Cathar is this deck's arch nemesis.
It is brutal, the Brutal Cathar. I actually hate the card because playing against it is really difficult. And if your Brutal Cathar ever gets Brutal Cathar'd, you end up with this kind of Brutal Cathar. And then when it goes to day and night and there's 2 Brutal Cathar, never mind. It's difficult.
So I'm going to tap 1, 2, and 3 to play a Kiora, Behemoth Beckoner.
Sure.
I'm going to immediately down ticker to untap. I'm going to play a Boseiju. Then I'm going to tap for 3 to play an Old Growth Troll, triggering my Kiora and allowing me to draw.
Sure.
There's nothing else I can do this turn, so I will pass and pray.
Okay, I'm going to untap and I'll draw. So I think the best thing for me to do is just Brutal Cathar the Old Growth Troll.
Oh, come on!
And it's a very mean card, isn't it? And then I will swing for 6.
There's nothing I can do, so I'll take the 6.
Well, I've left the Kiora alone though, so you can do your shenanigans.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's hoping I get something.
You'll go.
So untap. Let's see whether I can deal with this double Brutal Cathar. It's not looking that likely, to be honest. So let's start with 2 Boseiju. Sorry, 2 green mana to play a Wolf Willow Haven. We're going to tap for 3 to play an Old Growth Troll. Trigger.
Sure.
I'm going to down tick to 5 to untap. And then I'm going to tap another 3 to play another Old Growth Troll with trigger. None of them are lands. So unfortunately, that is all I can do this turn. Again, unless I pray.
My go then?
Your go.
I'll untap and I will draw. I'm going to play my Castle Ardenvale for turn. Then I'm going to pass. So on your upkeep, these flip into the Moonrage route as it becomes nighttime.
Oh god.
So your go.
Okay, untap and draw. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to down tick to 4 and tap it again, so I've got 6 to Storm the Festival.
Oh, that's such a good card.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That is that the sigh of, oh, there it is, or is that the sigh of, oh, there it isn't?
Definitely the latter. Definitely the latter. There is really not much to do here, and all you have to do is play 2 spells next turn to gain a significant advantage.
You're more than welcome to double spell this turn. It saves me a job next turn. So
well, on the plus side, Kiora's going to go back I can replace Kiora with one of the cards.
So it doesn't cast that Restore the Festival, it just enters the battlefield.
Just enters the battlefield. And we'll add a Willow Haven.
So you're casting Wolf Willow Haven, or is that from Storm the
No,
Festival?
that's again from the Storm the Festival. It's really, really, really tricky. I think the best thing I can do is leave it there. Okay. And we'll see what happens next turn.
Okay.
Pass.
Okay, on your end step, I'm going to tap 4 and I'm going to activate Recruitment Officer's ability. Look at the top 4 cards in my library. I may reveal a creature with mana value 3 or less and put it into my hand. Put the rest on the bottom of my library in a random order. Not the best things to choose from, so I'm going to reveal a Dauntless Bodyguard.
Yep.
That goes into my hand. I'll untap.
Yep.
And I will draw. I'll play a Plains. I'm going to tap 1 for a Dauntless Bodyguard, naming the Moonrage Brute. Tap 1 for a Hopeful Initiate. There's going to be no combat.
No.
Okay, and then I'll pass turn to you. On basically your upkeep, it's going to become daytime.
Yep.
And I will flip the old Brutal Cathars, and I will take 1 of your Old Growth Trolls each, please.
Off you go.
There we go.
Right.
And then that becomes your turn.
So we will untap and draw. I may potentially stand
No, I don't like that.
something of a chance.
No, I don't like that.
Because luckily I have just drawn Nykthos.
Okay.
We will Besage you, not Besage you, we will tap Besage you for 1 green for a Llanowar Elves.
Sure.
I am going to tap this for 4. I'm going to keep hold of this here.
Sure.
And now I'm going to use 2 of it to tap Nykthos, adding 5, taking me up to 7. Mm-hmm. I am going to use 5 of that to cast a Nissa Who Shakes the World.
Oh, that's scary.
So we'll leave her on 5 for now. And I'm down to 2 mana here. Down tick Kiora, untap Nykthos.
Yep.
So I've got 2 mana floating. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 devotion. What we do is I'm going to use 1 more green mana to play an Elvish Mystic.
Sure.
Hopefully giving me a bit of
the
contingency
Magali
plan.
art, lovely.
I know, it's beautiful,
yeah,
isn't it?
my favourite artist, yeah.
I am then going to tap the forest for 2 green, thanks to Nissa, and then reactivate Nykthos.
Yep.
Which will give me access now to an additional, that'll take down to 1, and it'll give me access to an additional 8
Yes,
mana.
so you're on 9.
So I'm on 9. So Karn, I'll use 4 of it to play Karn, leaving me with 5. I am then going to go and get the Might Stone and the Weak Stone from the sideboard.
Yeah.
So down tick to 3. I will use the 5 mana to play the Might Stone and the Weak Stone.
To draw 2 cards.
No! To give your Brutal Cathar -5/-5.
Resolved, you may have your Old Growth Trolls back, sir.
Thank you very much. That gives me 2 triggers for Kiora. So I will draw a card, and I will draw another card. I can untap a land with Nissa. Mm-hmm. And it makes sense to untap the Nykthos, but you can get a 3/3 land. And then I can tap Mightstone and the Weakstone for 2 mana. Because the mana that I can use through Mightstone and the Weakstone can be used towards activated abilities. So I have 12 floating. There's not an enormous amount I can do with it, but first of all, I'm going to use 3 to play Lovestruck Beast.
Sure.
Draw a card. Use 1 of it to play Llanowar Elves. And I think I'm actually going to use another 5 of it to sacrifice one of these Wolfwillow Havens to give me another wolf, just to give me a little bit of backup against you. So my board is now looking a little bit stronger. I don't know whether I'll survive until next turn, but fingers crossed, as long as you don't have some sort of Brave the elements, then maybe I stand a chance.
Yeah.
If you do, I'm done.
Who knows what I've got?
Pass the turn.
Right, I'll untap and I'll draw. And so we'll go to attacks. I'll attack with everything. Before there's a trigger here, this will get a +1/+1 counter. Before blocks, I will play Brave the Elements.
Yep.
To give everything
Protection, and
from
that's
green.
exactly
10.
Exactly 10. Oh, close game.
Yeah, well, do you know what? It was really interesting, the stuff you did. Right, we're going to shuffle up, do some more sideboarding if we want to, and we'll catch you for game 3. So I'm going to take out, this time, the last of the Luminarch aspirants, and I'm also going to take out one of the Dauntless bodyguards. I'm going to replace those with 2 Declaration and Stones, just so I can get rid of some of the bigger creatures, and also if he has 2 or 3 Old Growth Trolls out again, I can get rid of all of them in one go, and it'll be a 3-for-1, hopefully.
That's the problem when you're playing mono white. A lot of it comes down to who plays first. Sadly, the Brutal Cathars got me that time round, even though I was very, very close. However, I still think it's the best tactic, so we keep the extra 2 Lovestruck Beasts in, and the Mightstone, Weakstone, and the Elder Gargaroth out.
Final round. Fight.
Let's see how we do.
Yeah.
So, Forest and an Elf. Pass turn.
Right, I'll draw. I will Cave of the Frost Dragon into a Hopeful Initiate.
Okie doke.
Pass turn.
I'm going to untap and draw. We will play a Nykthos.
Oh.
We'll tap 3 for a Kiora Behemoth Beckoner.
That's not what I like to see.
I will immediately untap and then tap again to send my Lovestruck Beast on an adventure and give me a 1/1 human.
All right, I'm in danger here then. Okay.
Pass turn.
Right, I'll untap and draw. Right, so let's go for a Sheffet Dunes. Right, I will swing for 1.
At me.
Yep.
Take the 1.
I'll tap 2 for a Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, and then I'll pass the turn.
Okie doke. So I will untap and draw. We'll play my land for turn. Tap for 3 to play an Old Growth Troll to begin.
Sure.
Draw a card from Kiora. Down tick to untap. And then tap again for another Elvish Mystic.
Sure.
That is all I'm going to do this turn. I will pass to you.
Right, untap and draw. Right, I will play a Castle Ardenvale. Comes in tapped because I don't actually control a planes. We'll tap for 1 for a Dauntless Bodyguard, and I'll tap. When I'm naming the Hopeful Initiate.
Okay.
And I'll tap 1 going down a life to play a Kithian Hero of a Cross.
Oh, yuck. That is disgusting.
Yeah, and then I'll pass the turn.
Right. So we will untap.
I'm more worried about what's going on over there. There's a lot of mana here, there's a lot of devotion, there's a Nykthos, there's a Kiora.
So I think here we'll go 1, 2 to activate Nykthos, which will give me access to 6 mana. I'm going to use 5 of it to play a Cavalier of Thorns.
Sure.
So I get 2 triggers here. I'll draw first for Kiora, and then I will gain Cavalier of Thorns trigger. A lot of good hits, but sadly not another Nykthos. But I do get another Forest, which is great. The rest goes to the graveyard. So that's a Forest, an Old Growth Troll, a Beseju, and yet another Forest. I will down tick to 4 on my Kiora to untap the Nykthos. So I'm going to use the 1 remaining mana here and tap my 2 elves in order to play another Old Growth Troll. Trigger from Kiora. I'm going to play my land for turn, the Forest that you saw before. I'm going to tap 2 and tap Nykthos. And that's going to give me 12 mana. So annoyingly, because of your Thalia, I have to pay 1 more for my Storm the Festival.
Oh, what a shame! We always 12 mana.
So I'm going to play the Storm play the Storm the Festival. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's some really excellent hits here. So we're going to put out a Nissa and a Khan.
Oh my days! This is, if you're watching, this is really bad for me. Like it's very difficult for me to do anything.
Yeah. Even now, I'm going to take control of the game this
won.
turn. I think it's pretty damn close. Yeah, let's do what we've done. Let's do what we've done before and down tick to 3 to go and fetch the Might Stone and the Weak Stone.
Sure.
I have 5 mana left. I will uptick Nissa to make this a 3/3, and then I can use 2 mana, 1 and 2, to tap it again, which is going to give me access to 14 mana. So I'm up to 17 mana. So 6 mana isn't too much of a problem. So that'll take me down to 11. And I will play the Might Stone and the Weak Stone.
Sure.
I'm going to take out your Thalia.
Thalia's gone.
Then I am going to use 10 of that 11 mana to go down to 1 to flashback my Storm the Festival.
What a fair card.
What a fair card. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So actually not any excellent hits. I think what I go for here, because I already have a Nykthos and it's a creature with vigilance, so that could be important later on. So I think I actually get the Lair of the Hydra, and I think we get the Wolf Willow Haven. And we'll put the Wolf Willow Haven not on that. So the Nykthos and the 2 Storm the Festivals will go to the bottom. Got no man lands, I've got enough stuff to block. Yeah, we will attack with the Old Growth Troll.
I'll take 4.
We should have used my last mana, but I didn't. That's fine. Pass turn.
Untap and draw. I don't think this is going to stop you, but I don't think anything else will come close. I'm going to Brutal Cathar your Nykthos.
Oof!
Yeah, and then I will just have to pass the turn there. I don't have any good attacks, so yeah, your go.
Okay, so untap.
I can do it because it's a creature.
It's a really good play. It's one I probably should have thought of, and might have been actually a reason for me to keep the Nykthos from the Storm the Festival.
You have all your other pieces online though, so it's very, very difficult for me to do anything. Yeah.
So I'll draw the card.
It is also, if it matters, this is daytime.
It is daytime. Oh yeah. I'm going to down tick to 1, and I'm going to go and fetch my Cityscape Leveler. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 1 mana floating, and I'm going to cast Cityscape Leveler, targeting the Brutal Cathar.
Brutal Cathar's gone.
I get my land back. I will, but you get a Power Stone token.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! What I probably will do is use my 1 remaining green mana to play a Llanowar Elves. I will tap 2 and activate Nykthos.
Your knackers, Nykthos.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have 15 mana. I'm going to use 5 of that mana, going down to 10, to play a Cavalier of Thorns. I get a trigger from Kiora to draw, and then I get the activation from Cavalier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's just 1 forest there, so I'm going to put out the forest. I will then use that mana alongside an additional 2 mana to activate Lair of the Hydra. So Lair of the Hydra is an 11/11. Then I'm going to attack with 2 Old Growth Trolls, a Cavalier of Thorns, and my Lair of the Hydra.
So I'm not going to bother blocking because there's no way back from this. I'm going to scoop up. I'm going to say good game.
Good game.
Good game.
That is the first match I've ever won against Christian playing mono green.
Well, it doesn't. That nothing in the come before matters because this is the one on the camera. So when everybody's watching and when they're in our Pioneer WhatsApp group, I'm telling you, the only thing that will be remembered is your victory, Ollie. So thank you very much for the games.
Thank you for the games too.
I'm a bit frustrated to keep getting my bottom handed to me at Pioneer, which is actually one of my better formats, but there you go. You've got to lose sometimes, haven't you? You can't always be the threat. Anyway, me and Ollie will be right back for the post-game wrap, so bye for now.
Yes! I have to say, Christy and I have played each other at Pioneer for months on end, and I've only ever managed to win a couple of games and never a match.
Yeah.
So, very unfortunate that you lost on camera.
Yeah,
for the first time.
The viewers will be thinking, well, Christian's no good at Pioneer. He's more of a Commander player. I'm genuinely like not a bad Pioneer player, but congratulations, Ollie. It was a good game. I think in the first one I struggled to continue with the threats, and then game 3 you just had sort of infinite mana. It was just impossible to beat. But thanks very much for building the deck. Thanks for coming on. If you want to win a mystery booster box, all you have to do is like and subscribe and comment on one of our videos, and when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll be doing like a sort of pseudo raffle, and we'll send it out to you anywhere in the world free of charge. The only thing we do ask is that you tell us what you get. There's going to be some good cards in there.
God, yeah.
So thanks very much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time on Chad Magic. Bye for now.